Time for business. Yuka Roy joined us. I am pleased to say good evening to you.
Hi, Mike.
Growing fears over a possible global pandemic are rattling financial markets again. Coronavirus, of course, affecting economies.
That's right. This Wednesday saw another choppy trading driven by uncertainty over how far the disease will spread and how long it will continue and how much supply disruption it will cause. Wall Street shares gave up most of the gains they saw in earlier trading and extended losses after a two-day rout, though the decline was not as steep as on Monday and Tuesday, and the Nasdaq managed to actually finish the day in positive territory. This ahead of a planned announcement of measures to counter the epidemic by President Donald Trump. The Dow has fallen more than 2,000 points this week. Region-wide lockdowns and travel restrictions as seen in China and Italy could impact the most important driving force in the current global economy. Earlier today, Michael Hewson, chief analyst at CMC Markets in London, explained to France 24.
Certainly quarantines don't help because they restrict the movement of people to go out and spend money. But I think going forward, I think there is an expectation that if you place travel restrictions, people will not travel. And I think that's what's really, I think, playing out. For the last 12 to 18 months, the consumer, the global consumer, has really been the one remaining pillar that's been driving global economic growth. You take that pillar away and you haven't really got much left. Central banks can do certain things to mitigate some of the effects, but what central banks can't do is stop the spread of a virus and stop and make consumers start to spend again. And I think that's what you're seeing being priced in at the moment. We're off the lows of the day at the moment, but that's not to say that this is over.
In Milan, the capital of Italy's Lombardy region that's at the heart of a novel coronavirus epidemic, locals got a small respite as authorities allowed bars and nightclubs to reopen in the evenings. The move was the first rollback of tough restrictions imposed at the weekend to try and contain the outbreak. It came even as the number of cases in Italy jumped to more than 400. Businesses in Italy's economic heartlands, Lombardy and Veneto, have been hit hard, and local bar owners had written to Milan's mayor urging him to lift a 6 p.m. curfew on their operations.
My life and that of the people close to me hasn't changed at all. We are not terrorized by this virus. We are only a bit more careful. We always wash our hands.
Some more business headlines for you at this hour. And French carmaker PSA, owner of Peugeot Citroën, has reported record profits for 2019, defying a slump in global car sales. Sales of pricier SUV models and cost-cutting measures have offset weak demand. The result gives a boost to the group as it pushes ahead with a planned merger with Fiat Chrysler. The carmaker says it will pay a bonus of 4,100 euros to its employees. For some, it represents 2.5 months' salary. Britain's Lloyds Bank is planning to cut about 780 jobs in the UK, which represents almost 1 in 16 of its branch-based workforce. The bank says it's in response to customers turning more towards online banking. The announcement comes days after the lender reported a 26% drop in annual profits. Pharmaceutical giant Bayer says its chairman, Werner Wenning, will step down in April. The company has been fighting costly lawsuits stemming from its $63 billion takeover of Monsanto, the maker of weed killer Roundup. Bayer shares have lost a quarter of their value since August 2018, when the company lost the first lawsuit in the US claiming the product caused cancer. And finally, for business, it could be a dream come true for budget travellers. Air New Zealand says it's considering installing triple bunk beds in economy class for some of its long-haul flights. The airline has filed patent and trademark applications for what it's calling the Economy Skynest, a structure that contains 6 sleeping pods that are 2 meters long and 58 centimeters wide. The carrier operates some of the world's longest flights, such as the upcoming Auckland-New York service that will take nearly 18 hours one way. The airline needs to get approval from regulators and weigh up the costs before it can install the pods. I hope it does.
Looks like a flying barracks. But having said that, I fall asleep on short-haul flights, so I'd welcome that, no problem at all. Yuka, thank you very much indeed. Great to see you. Yuka Roy there with all the business. Thank you.